Well, welcome to the Speak Your Power Now podcast, the show that is dedicated to empowering women through the art of communication. I am your host, Cheryl Clarke, and this is a weekly podcast giving you a dose of practical tips, inspiring stories, and transformational insight that would help you break free from any self-doubt and unlock your true potential. Whether you're looking to enhance your professional presence, build meaningful relationships, or simply embrace your own voice, you're in the right place. Get ready to hear from thought leaders, experts, real-life women who have harnessed their power of communication to create positive change in their lives and for the life of others. We are here to provide you with the resources and community you need to thrive. Let's embark on this transformational journey together. Subscribe now and join us on the Speak Your Power Now podcast, because your voice matters, and together we're unleashing its true and full potential. Speak Your Power Now. Empowerment begins with your voice. I want to welcome you, everyone, to our first episode of Speak Your Power Now, the podcast, where we're going to be embarking on a journey to unlock your inner power and this incredible art of communication. I'm your host, Cheryl Clarke, and today we're going to be delving into this profound impact in our lives, how we communicate. And whether you are here just to take some notes, or whether you're here just for yourself or to engage with someone else, this is an opportunity for you to get deeper into your communication. Well, before we get started and delving into this episode, I want to start with the Speak Your Power Now declaration, like I always do. Take a deep, long, slow, deep breath into the nostrils and exhale it out. Take a nice, long, slow, deep breath into the nostrils once again and exhale it out. Now I want you to repeat after me. Today, I reclaim my power of purpose. Today, I declare that I have unshakable faith and confidence in my uniqueness. Today, I declare that I will not live in fear, but with power, love, and a sound mind. Today, I declare that I always communicate with words to empower myself and others. Today, I declare to always honor myself by living in the present and living powerfully in each moment. Amen. So we start with the Speak Your Power declaration every episode to declare it, to claim it, and to move forward in it. So I wanted to share with you why I started this personal experience of Speak Your Power Now and how it has transformed my communication. I have helped others transform their communication. There was a time in my life when I felt trapped, stuck, and not able to express myself effectively. I grew up in a household where I was raised with a stepfather that was emotionally abusive and verbally abusive, I should say. And I was always the dumb mother effer. And I say that now because it really can damper someone's soul and really gets them to a space where they don't know how to communicate effectively. And I became a bully. I became very aggressive. I became very controlling in my speak and how I would communicate with others, because at home, I wasn't able to be self-expressed. So you may find yourself in that space where you go through these thoughts and emotions that confine you. They get you stuck and limit your ability to connect with others and to be able to understand yourself fully. I got married very young, and I'm still married to my husband today, Greg, and we have 6 wonderful young adults. I found myself at a conference one time. I am a psychotherapist, and I was there, and I was taken aback just a little bit in the conference. I'm always the one that is going to help you or seem like I can connect the pieces with someone else. I remember this young woman stood up and she was saying that I'm a mom of four, I'm working at home and I feel like I'm always juggling something. And I went to stand up and I never forget this. And I said, my name is Cheryl and I'm a mom of six. And Joan, the facilitator, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful woman, she said, first, I want to just stop and I want to applaud you for sacrificing your body 6 times and giving us 6 wonderful human beings to the earth. And I was like, is she talking to me? The whole room stood up and started to applaud me. And in that moment, I began to weep. And I'm saying, wow, oh my gosh, I am a mom of 6. I am an accomplished psychotherapist, have a lot of businesses, things of that nature. I went home and I began to start to search in my home for pictures. And I began to look at pictures of me pregnant. And I couldn't find but 2 pictures. One with my oldest and the last one with my youngest. I had been so busy just doing life, that I had just moved through life and didn't stop to even recognize that God has given me the gift to be a mom of 6. And in that moment, I began the journey of how I can speak my power now. And in this moment, I want to show you, this is where the Speak Your Power Now declaration came from, as I began to be in a journey of how can I help others in the domain of what I do in psychology, what I do as a psychotherapist, what I do as a woman, what I do as a mom. And I always had a challenge with sometimes with my words and things of that nature and putting words together. And I know I can speak, but was I communicating effectively? And I began to seek my own journey of my own voice. And as I began to do that, I began to put the pieces together. And then I started to go through the 7 domains. I started with my mental health. Then I started with my health. Then I started with my career. Then it just went down the roads of the 7 domains that we tackle inside of Speak Your Power Now, where I was stuck at. And I began to create a program that helped people also get unstuck. And then I found out, this is why Unleashing Your Power of this first episode is understanding your power of your words. And I had to understand that the communication was the thing and the vehicle that so many of us sometimes get stuck in what we need to convey, our emotions, our intentions, all of that. The tools that we need that bound us and the tools that can set us free is our communication. By learning how to harness the power in the words within, so then we can unlock the realms of possibilities, is where you began to know this crucial step. And the one crucial step that we have to begin to look at is that the power is nestled in our communications. It is nestled with our words. You can see how to transcend something or be able to say something, but sometimes when we try to do that dance with our emotions, our intention, and to connect, it kind of can limit us in the pathways because we may not be able to know how to put that in words. As we delve into week by week and from episode to episode, we're going to go right straight to the heart of the matter. And that's how you can begin to look at how you can create your own portrait, creating your narrative, shaping your reality, what you would like it to look like. And sometimes we get so stuck in our past narratives that at times we can't see the tree amongst the forest, as they may say. I want you to think about how you can begin to look at your words, how situations come up for us, and how things begin to challenge us when we're here together. As you begin to look at your words as empowering for someone, never to disempower. This is why the declaration is so important. Never to disempower. And those words, when I used to get upset or get angry, I used to pride myself. I didn't have to raise my voice, but I was going to tell you off. That's just what I would do so I can protect myself. And on the flip side of that, I was disempowering people. I learned during the journey of learning in the psychology world, the effective parts of communication, knowing how your words matter, knowing how sometimes careless we can be with our words. And it can result into us having misunderstandings, hurt feelings, and we can shatter a lot of connections. So as we're reminded, I want you to take the responsibility. We have the responsibility. It bears with you when you communicate with someone. The responsibility that you have to either belittle someone or encourage someone is on you. So I want to show you how you can harness your power to speak effectively. I want you to be able to take this practical techniques that I'm going to give you throughout the weeks. I want you to take the words so you can begin to word it with precision and grace. I always say there's 3 areas when you communicate and how you know you're communicating effectively is that you're clear, you're concise, and you're complete. When you're clear with someone, when you're clear at what you're saying, that means that everyone knows what you're saying. They're repeating it back to you. You're clear, you're concise. That means that you didn't hurt anyone when you spoke. And then you're complete with it. That person's complete when they leave you. You're complete. And I'll show you how you can begin to do that. Remember those 3 C's as you're talking and as you're communicating with others. How are you actively listening to someone else? See, those nuances of our body language, they are talking big. I can roll my eyes, I can slouch, and I could be like, oh, well, whatever. Your tone, those subtle tones, they all matter. As we're going to be sharpening our communication tools and empowering ourselves to navigate sometimes tough conversations, I want you to learn how to do it with confidence and finesse. Maybe you are going to be on a large stage, or maybe you're going for a job interview, or maybe you got to talk to your in-law or someone at your job or a child. You want to remember how to have the confidence and the power. That's the thing I want to show you. Your words have potential to shape your reality. First, know your role as a conscious communicator. Be conscious when you communicate. Sometimes we're not conscious when we communicate with others. Sometimes we're triggered. And I'm going to show you my pies method later on. You can begin to look and see how you can stay present in a moment when you are talking. See, when you're speaking and you're enriching other people, you can begin to bridge the gap. I always say when you're communicating, you want to build a bridge that you can go over and back and forth so powerfully. Never burn bridges when you have conversations with someone. You want to be diving into the art of mindfully having conversations, intentionally having conversations, connecting with one another. And when you unlock these extraordinary potentials of wonderful words and conversations that you can have with someone, I want you to stay in the process of understanding how you can begin to build. And you begin by understanding that what hampers communication is sometimes when we're triggered by being judged, or we have the self-doubt, or we have those things that we're not able to articulate what we're really feeling. As we begin to break down the barriers in our communication, I want you to begin to look, how free are you? When you're beginning to look at your communication, how free do you feel that you really are? As you begin to look at it, I want you to begin to see how you can cultivate your communication by speaking powerfully. And as you begin to be an active listener, and when everybody's talking, I want you to begin to look, how active are you when you're speaking? That's a powerful thing, where you're able to truly listen, to understand, truly listen, to foster deeper communications, deeper connections with people. And as you begin to master this, you're going to see the ability to begin to create more powerfully. Because as you begin to create more powerfully, you're going to see the avenues that is going to come forth. Because as you are now becoming a powerful communicator, you are now saying that I'm going to do this like never before. I'm also going to teach you, or, you can glean from this in these talks. I'm going to look at how when I'm going back to the story, when I realized that I was hiding behind my children. I was hiding behind the process. I was hiding behind my license, my everything, that just who I was. And I said, you know what? I'm going to share my life. I'm going to share what got me through. I always say that I'm a girl from the Bronx. I got a little bit of tools, so let me share them. That's what I always say. I say this because I can do it. If I can see myself moving to the next level, I struggle with speaking, I struggle with communicating effectively. Now, there's a difference when you can begin to see yourself. I had to learn how to be an active listener. I had to learn how I can say what I meant without disempowering. I had to honor my own skills so I can honor someone else's skills. I had to honor my own life so I can be able to honor someone else's life. I had to learn those skill sets. And what sets you apart as being unique. That's why it says right here in the declaration, it says, I declare that I have unshakable faith and confidence in my own uniqueness, because my uniqueness doesn't look like yours. I'm uniquely made. I want you to begin to look at that. I want you to begin to see there's essential parts of your nonverbal cues that you're doing. And I want you to begin to start right where you are. Know that your words have power. Know that there is a power within your speak. And when you're communicating, remember the crucial thing is that when you begin to have a conversation, remember the 3 C's. Make sure you're clear, you're concise, and you're complete. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our first episode, as well we're going to be having more episodes coming down the pike. And just like this, there's going to be different opportunities for you to begin to join me, different opportunities for you to get effective in your communication, become a powerful communicator. That's the only way that you could begin to move forth in this world. This is an opportunity for you to begin to connect with others and have a powerful relationship. This is your opportunity. And I want to say to you that sometimes your life is defined by one single moment. Let that moment be today. Peace and God bless. Well, thank you for tuning in to another empowering episode of Speak Your Power Now podcast. We hope you found inspiration and valuable insight on your journey of self-expression. Remember, the power of communication is in your hands. And by honing on to this skill, you're going to unlock a world of possibilities. Your journey doesn't end here. Stay connected with us on social media, where we are going to continue the conversation and share your own stories of empowerment. So if you enjoyed this episode today, don't forget to hit us up, subscribe, leave your review, and share it with your friends. Also, feel free to share your thoughts with any questions or ideas you may have for future episodes. Together, we're going to build a community of confident communicators. Now, as we wrap up, always remember that your voice has power to inspire, to uplift, and to encourage and change. Keep speaking your truth and empowering yourself, and embrace the power within.